Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Raul, and here I'm getting started on my USACC build here, United Scale Auto Content Creators group build here, which you guys following along is on any of these Revell 68 and 69 Dart kits. And I decided I'm going to do this one, be a quick, easy build, I think, as far as it goes, other than just doing all the decals and everything, but it's getting kind of old, so I'm worried about the age of the decals and everything. But I got two sets of them. But just getting started on this one. And since I got so many projects all starting at about the same thing, so, I've got a big weekend of painting coming up my way. So before I get there, just getting a lot of the plastic done and going through the kit and, pulling everything off the trees. And here in the bag is just the stock parts that I'm not going to use for this build, but they were in there. I tend to just throw them in a bag and keep them off to the side in case there's something that I miss or ended up needing, but I just kind of keep them here. And sometimes you might need a part or two off of it. And then I put all the chrome in another bag of the parts I'm going to use. But since it's not going to be bouncing around in this bag too much, because sometimes I'll wrap them with tissue paper and I know it's going to be a while. But other than that, I started pulling all the plastic parts out and just getting them ready and doing some research and checking into some things, but pre-assembling some things. Like here's the rear end, but this is the lifted suspension to raise the rear end up a little bit. It's for this particular version. And the pumpkin and everything. I think it's kind of funny that they spaced that out. I think it's to move the drive shaft since it's lowered or raised, which means the drive shaft angle is changed and it gets a little longer. I think that's why they did that. But it's kind of interesting. But I'm gonna, be going through the stuff. But I did some pre-assembly. I got that together. The two seats backs are glued on and getting that ready. Pulled the headers off, cleaned all the flash, and then I'm going to be working on the chassis here in a little bit. But this was broken, so I re-glued that on there so you can see that. And then I marked what I need to sand off. I'm going to sand this lettering off. And then the exhaust mounts, because this one's running headers and no mufflers. So I've got to remove those, but that's really all I got to do there. And I'll put the hood hinges on. I usually do that later on these particular ones because they're the way they're made and everything, but I may do that ahead of time on this one because sometimes it's just better to glue them on the plastic. But just kind of going through and looking everything over and formulating a plan and getting an idea of what I'm going to do. I did pre-assemble most of the motor. Now this one is his SSEA Dart, as I've been reading about, and just trying to learn more about it. But there's the deep sump pan, automatic transmission, but I got it pre-assembled and I'm ready to go. But that led me to, what do I do? What's correct for this car? What did Dick Landy do? A lot of questions. And I've been going through this book and checking it over and reading some things, but there's a lot of good stuff in here, and I'm nowhere near ready. But there's a lot of this car, the 65 altered wheelbase, and which I talked about possibly doing that. And some of the things that have been said and I read in here on a lot of his cars, he liked to black out the whole underside of the chassis, black everything out. And a lot of his engine compartments are the same way. You see them blacked out. And even on the Hemi darts, and I go into those pictures, you can see the whole thing is blacked out. The whole underside is blacked out. But I mean, the Hemi cars came in primer and gel. I built one that way. But so I can see he painted the whole thing. Now, one of the things I did is I ordered a 68 Dodge silver. But reading in this book, I saw something about how he liked to use Mercedes silver. Silver to me is silver, so I don't think I'm really going to notice, plus with all this stuff in there. But this mentions a lot about the Hemi darts. There's not much on this SSEA 440 dart, which he got this first. It was one of the first 50. And, you know, his has an interesting story, but the real car is lost to time. They don't know where this particular car is. So, and I guess it's not in Mr. Norm's list of selling a 440 Dart to Dick Landy or Dick Landy Industries. So whether or not it was one of those or if it was one of the first ones, it was actually just the motor was dropped in it and called one of those cars, but it's not on the VIN list of the 50 for the racing class to verify that they were made. So it's kind of interesting reading about some of that. But one of the things, I see this car built up, and I see how they built it on here. They got the motor in orange, and then the whole chassis silver, and the engine compartment silver, which definitely pretty as far as the model displays and everything. But I'm not sure if he would have blacked out the whole engine compartment or what color his car came in. He was definitely one for being real neat and clean, but I do know that from Chrysler, these motors from Dodge and everything in '68 were not red. They were turquoise on the real cars. But I also read that he liked to paint his motors black. And a lot of them, not all of them, but he did some of them in black. And then even the Hemis that are in the '68 Hemi Darts, you can see that the block and the heads are red, but the intake is black. Though some of the valve covers are black, sometimes the valve covers are chrome when you see some of the engines. Same thing with the '68 Charger. And by the way, he did a lot of '68 cars. He had a full-on race team, a major sponsorship, multiple drivers. So when it came to this one, he got this Dart first, and it was his 440 car, automatic. And it was a very fast, very reliable car. And he has said that he loved it. It was one of his favorites. Even though the Hemi Darts were even wilder and they came out in February '68, they were announced, and shortly after that. And Dick Landy got 2 of those as well. So he in '68, he was running 3 Darts. He had this GTS with the 440 in it, and he had 2 Hemi Darts, one automatic and one stick. And not to mention his '68 Charger RT and his '68 Coronet RT that he was racing. And then in the book, it actually talks about that there's a 4th '68 Dart, which is a 318 car. And rumor on that is basically they body swapped one of the Hemi Darts because the pinion snubber was beating the heck out of the floor, and they took the car down and swapped the body and built it from there, or something like that. Don't know how true that is. That was just mentioned somewhere in one of the things I was reading. But when it comes to this one, it's going to be silver. I think I'm just going to have some fun with it, just build it pretty much how the box describes it. All silver, silver underside. But when it comes to the motor, I'm unsure if I should paint this turquoise, which is the factory correct '68 440 color. '69s were orange, but it is a race one. Whether or not he would have painted it orange or red, that I'm undecided, or if he would have painted the whole thing black. But it doesn't appear that he did some of that stuff. Now the Kragers, he was sponsored by Kragers, and all of his cars in '68 had these Kragers, or Kragers of some kind. So it's kind of fun reading about that. And then some of the things, he liked to add a lot of the chrome to the car. So the wheel opening moldings were there. This car had to be stock bodied, apparently, with no hood scoop and none of that stuff. But at one point, he did add the chrome 440 badges to the doors. And on the Hemi Darts, he added the Hemi badge right here on the doors. But it seems like that was late in '68 or '69 when he was doing that. And one of the early pictures, this Krager sticker was actually down here and not here from what I had seen. But just some subtle differences here and there. Oh, and on the Hemi Darts, he added the wheel opening moldings, if I didn't say that already. But it's just kind of fun reading some of that stuff. But when it comes to, the race history, there's always that point in time race history where when it appears with these numbers and one of the pictures that's in this book, it looks exactly like the box art car. Which is what I'm going to go for. That was when Dick Landy actually drove it, but it says in the book that he drove this a couple of times, and then he hired on Bob Lembeck to be a driver as well, and he did very successful. I guess he was doing the West Coast where Dick did a lot of the East Coast stuff. So Bob Lembeck actually had this car a good chunk and raced it more than Dick did, especially after the two Hemi Darts arrived. I guess Dick Landy got the 4-speed and Bob Lembeck got the automatic Hemi Dart. So it's kind of fun reading about all of this stuff, but realizing that mostly I gotta clean up the body, paint a lot of the body parts silver, the whole interior is black, figure out what I'm doing on the motor, just do this little bit of body work that I'm gonna get done here. But I've got a whole lot of stuff to get painted and get moving on here, just because I got all these builds pretty much in the same progress. I got this one, my 64 Chevelle. That one's coming along, about ready to start doing some painting on that one. And the 71 Hornet SC360. And then also, I've been playing around with one of these and started it, and I plan to build it as a stock, box art car. But, in researching the Dick Landy, I also managed to find a set of Slicks decals. One of my local friends here actually had, because this kit is not available from Slicks currently, and I looked for it, and to my surprise, my friend actually had it, and then you can build both these cars. It looks like all the decals are here to build both of these cars. So I do want to build this one, but it's silver and a lot of blacked out and blue windows, and it's the same thing, point in time. There's so many different things, but reading the book and kind of figuring out this one. So kind of cool that I scored the decals, but that's a project I really haven't started. But this one I am getting started for the USACC build here. So I'll get some of this painted and some of this stuff moving along. And this one should go fairly quick. It's just how often I update it and everything. I wanted to show you guys me getting started on it, and just how it goes. But I'm gonna get some of the painting started on this one and my other projects too. So a big weekend for painting for me, and I'm looking forward to it. So thanks you guys for tuning in, subscribing, and all your comments and everything. I really do appreciate it. And you guys, you have a fun weekend. I hope you guys get to build and enjoy the weather. Here in Arizona, it's finally starting to cool off, and I'm enjoying it because, here it is, middle of October, and a little over a week ago, it was still 110 the first week of October. But anyways, you guys, you have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.